My overall goal was to achieve a Hootsuite platform certification. At the very beginning, when trying to decide on the best approach to learn this new material, I quickly realized that I was very unaware of what I was getting myself into. I knew I was very interested in expanding my knowledge in this field, and originally I wanted to spend about 2 hours a day reviewing the material to get a better understanding of what was being taught. However, I quickly realized that this was an unachievable goal to stick with due to the lack of time I would have throughout the day from barriers such as school, work, studying, and extracurricular activities. So now I was faced with a challenge of seeing when I could make the time that best fits for me so that I could stay active on learning and achieving a Hootsuite platform certification. So I decided that on weekends I would designate the time in the evening from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. to learning about Hootsuite. This was extremely beneficial to me because this was a time where there are very few distractions going on and allowed me the opportunity to stay in the zone and focus on my only goal of achieving this certification. Once I found out that this works best for me, I started looking at the process one has to go through to get this certification. All of the learning modules are online and are presented in a mixture of videos and notes that outlines and showcases the new material being taught. I found this to be a great way to learn it, as I'm a visual learner, and with how they were presenting this information, it made it a lot easier to follow and understand the importance of the new concepts. Although the videos were a great way to support the material being taught, I knew that in order for me to retain this information and remember it, I had to take notes. The videos showed a hands-on approach of what the platform looks like when being used, so the notes I was taking were not solely on the information. Instead, they were picture notes outlining the features and benefits of each different tool Hootsuite offers, so I could remember what they could be used for when it came to actually using the platform. This worked great in my mind and based off of my learning style, and in the end helped me achieve this certification, as well as it identified how I learned best when asked to complete a task. First, I learned the fundamentals of using Hootsuite. This taught me the advantages of using the platform to manage a client's social media presence and the best practices for quickly setting up the Hootsuite dashboard. I learned how to use this system to compose, schedule, and post social media messages, attach photos and videos to tweets and posts, listen to relevant social media conversations, and how to run successful social media campaigns. Second, I learned the basic functionality of Hootsuite Mobile and the step-by-step process for using the Hootsuite app directory. This allowed me the opportunity to explore its advanced uses and applications. I also received a lesson for each section of the product, including Hootsuite Engagement, Hootsuite Publishing, Hootsuite Campaigns, and Hootsuite Analytics. I learned how these play a vital role for small, medium, and large-sized businesses. Then, focused on using advanced publishing techniques such as a bulk upload and RSS feeds, advanced engagement techniques like geo-targeting and social media searches, and how all of the information captured can be beneficial by using the Hootsuite Analytics functionality. Last but not least, I learned the functionality of Hootsuite Enterprise. This consisted of 5 areas: platform tactics, engagement tactics, publishing tactics, using campaigns, and using analytics specifically for Hootsuite Enterprise. Mainly this area focused on additional readings that showcase tactics one could use to fully expand these ideas when they're being implemented, and it was extremely beneficial to my learning, as again it related to the visual side of showcasing information being taught and how it could benefit the individual when it comes to using Hootsuite for their social media. After learning about Hootsuite, these are the key takeaways I got from receiving the certification. You can gain valuable customer insights, increase brand awareness and loyalty, run targeted ads with real-time results, generate higher converting leads, provide rich customer experience, increase website traffic and search ranking, find out what your competitors are doing, share content faster and easier, geo-target the content you're sending out, as well as, most importantly, you're building and nurturing relationships. So through daily active engagement and social listening, you can gather relevant customer data and use information to make smarter business decisions. With Hootsuite Insights, for example, you can gather information all across the social networks in real time, allowing you to gauge customer sentiment, find the conversations happening around your brand, and run real-time reports based off of what they're saying. As well as when you have a presence on social media, you make it easier for customers to find and connect with the company. And by connecting with your customers on social media, you're more likely to increase customer retention and brand loyalty. This can lead to an increase in sales, as well as through with the development of regular interaction and timely customer service. It can lead to nothing but benefits for the company. Hootsuite is a resource that is great for social media monitoring and can help showcase key information about your competitors. This kind of information will help a company make strategic business decisions to stay ahead of them. Again, looking at geo-targeting, it's a way to send out a message to a specific audience, so that could be either your primary target market or your secondary target market. And then with having all of your social media accounts under one roof, it allows you to communicate this content instantly to all of them. So overall, I've learned that social media isn't about blasting a company's sales pitch to everyone. It's more a two-way channel where you get the opportunity to receive the messages that your customers are saying, and then you enrich relationships and your product or service based off of what they'd like to see. And Hootsuite allows you again to have it all under one roof and be able to make these interactions in a timely manner without having to go all over the place and read through a bunch of reports. Instead, it's all right there. I learned that no matter how much I try to schedule my life, I never really can stick to it. Obstacles or barriers can come into play so frequently that eventually ruin the original schedule that was set up. From this experience, I learned that in order for me to overcome this factor, I had to identify what works best for me and how I could achieve this certification on my own without having anyone or thing distract me from that outcome. When it comes to looking at how I could manage the process differently, I would again just focus on the importance of time and how, even though it seems like there's a lot of time to complete the task, in my eyes it is so much better to just focus on developing a short and consistent time slot rather than prolonging it or just trying to squeeze it in whenever I could. I find I cannot learn that way, and if I try to do it this way, then it actually makes it more difficult to remember the material that is being taught. And normally there's so much more going on in my life that it eventually fades from my memory, making me allocate more time to review something that I should already know. So from this experience, I learned how to manage my time more efficiently by figuring out and focusing on what works best for me to get everything done. And in the end, it really did help, as I was able to learn more efficiently about getting it all done in my own set time slot instead of just trying to fit it in whenever I could. So for the next time or next certification that I'm going to, in a sense, proceed with, then now I know kind of my learning style, which is again being a visual learner, and how all of those concepts can come into play, and just the little tricks I've learned even through this Hootsuite experience of taking notes of special features instead of all of the information. Again, just really is going to help me, I find, now that I have learned kind of how I learn best, and I'm planning planning on just continuing this process as time goes on.